Hi, Martha. How are you
Hi,
today?
great. How are you? Nice to see
Hey,
you.
so good to see you. Thank you so much for agreeing to hop on the call and just share your knowledge. It's so valuable. And instead of you and I talking in our catch up and me getting all of this information for myself, I wanted to share it with others. And I'm so grateful that you're willing to share this information. That being said, I want to make sure everybody understands wholeheartedly that this is not a boast or a brag by any means. It's just more of an intention of showing you what's possible. And to give you some context, Martha graduated from Pacific College in what year, Martha?
2008.
2008.
Yeah.
And then you went back and got your doctorate in
Yeah.
2000.
Oh boy, I remember the year. You were my teacher. Not that
I
long
don't know,
ago.
2016.
Yeah.
Regardless, there's all these stories that we tell ourselves. Oh, well, she's been in practice longer than me. Maybe not. Maybe she's
Yeah.
got her doctorate, she's got her PhD, like all these things. Stop telling yourself those stories because it is absolutely possible to make $800,000 a year or more working 3 days a week. And that's really what we want to impress upon you and share with you. More context is Martha's office is in Southern California in Orange County, San Juan Capistrano. How long have you been in your particular location?
Since 2010.
Okay, so 2008 graduated,
Yeah.
2010 opened her practice. So we're at 11 years of practice, and it's under Acupuncture Halls, right? That's your website.
Yes.
When
I'm
did you
changing the
start?
branding to my name. So those of
Yeah,
you
yeah,
who are just starting, I think it's best to just brand by your name. It's just
yeah.
better, easier finding. And if you write books or you plan to have further inspirations by moving along, it's just easier to be found with your name.
Yeah, yeah. And Acupuncture Halls is easy to remember. Like I tell people, you don't need a business card as long as you have a very easy to find and type website. That's a beautiful business card because you can edit it at any moment, right? Like if you
Right. It's my
change
last name,
something.
Hall.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So you've been there for 11 years, Acupuncture Halls. And can you just, we've already said it, the cat's out of the bag. You make a over $800,000 a year doing acupuncture and having your practice. Right now, you're working 3 days a week. So, what are some of the secrets to that we can share? And I'll explore some other secrets by asking you questions.
Sure, no problem. I think it's good karma to help our profession to succeed. The secret is, I don't know if it's a secret, but it's not just about just doing the acupuncture because I I am sure, as you all agree, there's not one patient that walks in that doesn't need something extra, another herb, another supplement to help them stay strong, help their chi last longer. So each person comes to me and I figure out what is that they're lacking. Is it just simple? Everybody needs D right now. Everybody needs D. I do blood work. I do, I 90% of all my patients I send out for blood work. Out of those 90 patients, I would say 99% of them, I have their thyroid panel. And I have my own panel that I work with a company, and I'd be willing to share that with you as well. Companies are out there wanting your business. They'll walk you step by step and they'll teach you how to send patients out for blood work. It's really simple. I mean, they really want, so I use Avexia Diagnostics, and they set up an appointment with 2 or 3 different people, and those appointments are like an hour long, and they walk steps with you on how to use it, on what blood work you should be doing. Everybody should just have a basic panel, like the cholesterol, like triglycerides, the sugar levels on your patients. Honest to God, I don't charge my patients. So whatever the labs charge, that's my fee. I add, I think, $10 more because that's what the lab's going to draw. So they can pay me or they can pay the labs. So a lot of patients like that, or have the patients bring in their labs from their doctor. And if you don't understand it, that's fine. Play it. What's that saying? Fake it till you make it. Yeah, let's do the work. It's really not that hard. Just look up and say, oh, cholesterol. This is what the cholesterol's maybe high. So what's going on? There's a lot of Chinese herbs that are out there that help with cholesterol. If the triglycerides are high, well, work with them. We know what to do with diet. We were taught in school. And so it's not just about the acupuncture. Each patient gets 1 hour of my time. And in that time, I would check to make sure everything's okay. And not everybody comes in for acupuncture. The last 3 patients yesterday of mine, they didn't have acupuncture. They just came in just for the consult, look over the blood work. Are these supplements right for me? What do you think? And that was it. And they're in and out. And I still give, if it's just a nutritional consult, it's 30 minutes for them. But it's constantly studying. I've asked why did I get, I don't want to say successful, but how did I do so well so quick? Because this has been going on for quite a while. And because after I graduated school, that was not my last step that I took. I continued on. You have to take seminars and find a niche that you love. Mine is GI disorders, right? So most of my patients come to me because they go to the doctor because they have indigestion, and the doctor gives them a proton pump inhibitor. That's not the answer. That is the worst thing you give a patient, is turn their stomach off. So I give them something to turn the stomach on. So you have to keep learning. And what perfect chance, because we have to have continued education, right? So do something that you love and take the seminars, pay the extra money, and find somebody that you resonate with and study with them, or read books. Seminars are great though, because we have to have our continued education points. I refuse to go to a seminar that I'm going to be bored at. I really want to learn from that. So take courses that you want to learn. That's one of the best advice I can give you, because our learning never stops.
And you shared with me earlier that there is an investment in that. So you invest in your own skills. I know you personally have invested well over 70, maybe even over $100,000 when you take into account all the flying you've done for your training. But that investment will return to you in the confidence,
Right.
and also your ability to handle more situations and make more money. Like, so you work 3 days a week. How many treatment rooms do you have?
4. One of
4
them is like
treatment
a
rooms.
crystal bed. It's more of a meditation room. I'll do esoteric acupuncture. Again, I learned a different form of acupuncture. We're never taught that in school. It's a different room. So basically it's 3 rooms that are treatment. The other one, I'll do a different type of acupuncture. And there's not a day that comes by that people do not request that room. So that room's like $45 extra. If they're seniors or having a hard time, I give it to them. I never charge extra for it.
Got it. And so you are all cash. I remember you were taking insurance for a while.
No insurance.
You did a while ago, like years
Yes.
ago. You stopped.
I did, because then you know what it was? I ended up being owed over $10,000. And now they would even call and say they want their money back because they overpaid me.
Oh,
And
the
so,
insurance companies.
yeah. And I pay my staff $30 an hour. So that's a lot of money for them to be putting out to trying to fix something that should have been mine. So that's what I stopped doing insurance.
And you're a sole practitioner. So you don't have associates working for you. You are making this money and this impact by yourself. 3 days a week, you're in your office. I know I've been to your office and I have seen lines of people coming to get their herbs. So you've often had an assistant or like an office manager that will give out or deliver your herbs when you're not there, but you're still doing a lot with herbs and supplements, right?
That's the bulk of my practice. Yes, that's it, because we're getting better. I also have a Dropbox. So look into getting a Dropbox. A Dropbox is really important, because when you're not there, they can go in the back and get they pick up the herbs. This happens daily. They go in the back and they'll pick up their supplements. They pay ahead and they just go in the back and pick it up. The box it's a good size. So I can fit quite a lot in there, and it's worth it. I forgot the price, but it's probably about $160
to have the Dropbox.
Yeah, it just hangs over the door. Nobody can steal it. And you just give the patients the code. So that helps also.
I just remember years ago, it might have even been as far back as 10 years ago, when you started to really, really use standard process and Medi Herbs and really get in there and you did all their trainings,
Yes.
you know, you are such a voracious learner. And I love that about you, because
Thank you.
learners are leaders, readers are leaders, and you are such a great leader. And I'm going to get to that portion of your success, like the fact that you lead your practice.
Yeah.
But I remember like 10 years ago, you saying, yeah, you said I'm making like 10, 15, $20,000 a month just on my herbs and supplements. And I know that that is a big part of the $800,000 a year is the money that comes in for herbs and supplements, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, absolutely. Yes, I know if I worked full time, I was doing over 100 a month, 100,000 a month, but I was burnt out. I was really, really tired. As we know, the chi gets burnt out, and as much as I even bought the meditation couches and I have all that, it would recharge me. But then at the end of picking up all the energies, and I started doing energy work before and after work, but sometimes I was just so tired. When I done, I wasn't doing the energy work after, and I got burnt out, and I just thought it's just not worth it. I think
Yeah.
December of this last year, I did 100,000, over 100,000 that month.
And so you said, you know what? I think I'm going to pull back a little bit,
Yeah.
listen to my body,
Yeah.
and hover here around the 800,000
Yeah.
mark, which is
Yeah.
very comfortable.
It is.
And it also, I mean, it's also the impact you're having. And I know you have such an impact with your patients. People fly in to come to see you, but you are such a great example of leading your practice. So I see a lot of practitioners, and a patient will come in and a patient will say, I have gastroenterology, or I have bloating, or what have you. And then a practitioner will treat them and say, well, come back if you want. And if the patient knew what to do, they'd be doing it. That's why they're coming to you. And one thing I've always watched you do is lead so well, to say, listen, and not pushy. You lead with authority because of the trainings and your own knowledge. You say, if you want to get better, we're going to need to do a blood panel on you. I need to see you at least once a week for about 6 weeks, and you're going to need these supplements. Now it's up to you, but if you want to get better, if you want to remove the heavy metals from your body, this is what you need to do.
Yeah.
And then the patient chooses, but you have such amazing leadership skills. No wonder why people come to you, and they trust you with their health, and they get the results. And that right there is the best business card and marketing. Like, do you do a whole lot with marketing, or is it at this point now it's just all your work is your marketing? It's all the word of mouth, like, oh, Martha helped me with that, you need to go see Martha, and that sort of thing.
Right. I don't do marketing. I should. I'd like social media and stuff. I know I should, because we all have such valuable information to offer to our patients and to the public. But I've been kicked off so many times. I just kind of, during COVID, I said, I better stop. But I do not do advertising. It's all from the results. It's all from word of mouth. So the patients get better, and they already know. So when a patient comes in, they said, you're going to get herbs, they're going to get supplements, but they make you feel better. What are the side effects? Not much. I mean, if you give St. John's wort, somebody had COVID, part of the COVID protocol, I give them St. John's wort. You know what the side effect is? You can feel really, really, really happy. That's not a bad side effect. And I have patients that have a bit of depression, I give them St. John's wort. I said, well, the side effect of this is your immune system is going to get really strong, so the chances of you getting sick are less now. So those are the side effects that our industry has. I mean, how great is that? Yeah. So the results are really good, and make sure you use high quality supplements. I use quite a few in my clinic. And if I get 3 negative results on a supplement, I won't carry that one. I want to make sure that everything that I use in my clinic gets results. Mm-hmm. And that's triglycerides, cholesterol, whatever it be. Somebody's trying to get pregnant, if there's or their cycle's off, whatever I give that patient. And some people says, oh, it didn't work. Okay, I make a note of it, and then after 3 times, I'll look a little bit deeper, or I just won't carry it anymore. Mm-hmm. So I have a variety. Everybody should be on a D right now. You guys, every patient should be on vitamin D. I believe my last talk I gave is on my website, and even a few years ago, I predicted about how important vitamin D is before COVID happens. Yeah. Every single one of my COVID patients, every single one of my cancer patients, and I'm not saying this is the world, every single one of my autoimmune patients that have come to me, every single one that's 100% is low in vitamin D.
Mhm.
Now, low is under 60, but Western low, this is what I call lab low, which when the laboratory say, okay, it's low, that's under 30. I keep my patients' vitamin D levels between 80 and 100. I've seen face-to-face 189 COVID patients, face-to-face, taking their pulse, saying you have COVID. No, I don't. They say, I just got tested. I said, I don't care, you have COVID. And they, out of those people, half of them will get tested again, not the rapid test, the PCR test, and it comes out positive. I have not gotten COVID. And why is that? Why? Because my D levels are at 80. I check myself 4 times a year. I send myself out. So that's one thing that all your patients should be having is a vitamin D. So go out and find a company that you like, get their vitamin D, make sure it's clinical grade, and that every single one of your patients should be on D, just for what I told you alone. Water, D, make sure your gut's working. Number 4, I make sure their liver's clean. It's not sluggish, it's not dirty, it's not fat, not a fatty liver. And then from there, it's a thyroid. That's my view of what's important for the body to function. Water, D, gut, liver, and thyroid. Somebody else may say something else. Somebody else may say it's the adrenals, but if your D levels are low, you have a high chance of getting cancer if cancer's running through your bloodstream. So that's
what about magnesium? Do you
magnesium? I gave a
lot of
talk on that.
magnesium?
Magnesium is a precursor of 300 enzymes in the body. Yes, it's very important. Absolutely important. I think that's on my website, the magnesium talk that I did. The magnesium is a mineral that the body needs to function, correct? And that's one thing. Another thing I say, people come to me, I just got a text yesterday. Have you heard of this? It's about anti-aging. It comes from the rainforest. It's really good. It's very expensive. It's great. And I'm like, oh, I want to know. But this person's D levels are low. This person is not taking magnesium. So before somebody goes off and gets this high fancy anti-aging product, make sure their minerals are in balance. Make sure that their D levels, their magnesium, their calcium, their Bs are in check. Because without that, this fancy stuff's really not going to work. You're absolutely correct on the magnesium. I take magnesium at night.
Yeah. And just by those 5 basic kind of pillars that you work with every patient, you get better results from your acupuncture practice.
Oh, yeah.
And then people are out there, better results, go out there and tell other people, and that's your
Right.
walking advertisements. How many patients on average do you see in a week? I'm just trying to give context to everybody that's like, what's possible? I can make $800,000 a year with 3 treatment rooms and a rejuvenation room, working 3 days a week. Like on average, how many patients?
I saw yesterday 17. The day before was 23. The day before that was probably 18. But that's not including the people that walk in. The people that walk in, I have 2, one person that's at the door to check out patients, and then I have a scribe. So she follows me in all the rooms and she takes the notes. And so that I don't include the people that come in and pick up supplements. And I always offer my patients, if you have a question and you're willing to wait, because as we know, we have a patient in there that's crying. They just lost somebody, their dog died, their bird died, that was yesterday. They're upset. So you can't just, oh, excuse me, I'm going to leave. So you have to make sure the patients know they have to wait. And then I'll come out there and I check them. Oh, I have this tickle in my throat. So I look, I said, okay, give them this. And I'll tell the girl at the desk, give them this. I never charge for that. But if they want to come in and take longer than 10 minutes, then I would charge for that. That's a consult. I usually have a wait list on the days that I'm working. People say, can I come in? I said, I'll put you on the wait list. I'm sure somebody's going to reschedule, which doesn't really happen, but if somebody wants to come in a later time or something, I'll squeeze somebody in. It always works out. You know, the universe works. It always works out.
Always. Do you sell packages? Do you sell like buy 10, get 2 free, buy 10, big discount?
No.
Or is it like, this is my fee, you come in and I need to see you 10 times?
I have no problem saying my fee is $150 for the first visit. It's very thorough. Every visit thereafter, if it's acupuncture, it's $120, which I just raised this year. It was $100 prior to that. And if it's just nutritional consult, it's $75.
Do you do Zoom or telehealth?
Yes, I do. I do that usually like on Fridays or my days off. I do that, but the patients are flying back in to see again now COVID's over. They're flying back in. So this week I had 3 patients that flew in to see me. Monday, I have 1 patient. I had literally this patient that flies in from Vegas every other week, or she drives to see me and she drives right back. they're flight attendants. So flight attendants talk about me in Hawaii, and they have access to fly free. They have the passes, so they come out and they fly out to see me. But a lot of families will come out too. So like during Christmas, I have patients already coming out to see me. I'll schedule them out and make sure I don't leave during the time that they're here.
How many assistants do you have supporting your practice? Like you have,
Two.
I think I heard, oh, you have two. So
Two, yeah.
you're making $800,000 a year, 3 treatment rooms, 1 rejuvenation room, 3 days a week, on average about 20 patients a day.
Yeah.
And you have 2 people supporting you in administration roles, no associates. You don't have a big
No.
team of people working for you.
No.
And you also have doctors that come in and shadow with you.
Yeah.
I know that too, right? Like
Yes.
other doctors come and say, can I just work alongside of you and watch you? You don't even charge for any of that. You do it as from your heart to pay it forward and show people what's possible.
Right. It's good karma. I really want our profession to thrive, to survive. It was in the Black Well. That was the Nostradamus, right? The Chinese medicine that we're supposed to be making it now. And it's not about the finance. It's about making a difference in the world. We all know what this medicine is doing to our patients. I can't tell you how many deaths I've seen in the last 2 years. It's sad. So if we can make a difference, I have no problem sharing what I know at all.
Yeah. Yeah. So on your website, acupuncturehalls.com, you have different articles, different videos. I know that you were a speaker for Standard Process for a number of years. So those are out there in the metaverse of content, so people can find you there. I know right now this segment between you and I is just to give back and to show what's possible. There's no promotion here. There's nothing that you're promoting. In fact, please don't bother Martha. She's out there doing amazing work. She is considering at some time to possibly do some more webinars and seminars for practitioners. So you can follow Martha on Facebook, Dr. Martha Hall on Facebook. I would highly recommend following her because I've been following her from way back then. And I'm just so grateful for you and having you in this field, making such a difference for patients. And now hopefully for practitioners, again, to show them what's possible. You and I were talking before I hit record on all the people we see leave this profession because they're disgruntled or they're not motivated or they're discouraged. And you and I are both like, no, don't leave. We need you now more than ever. Like you were saying, like a lot of people left during COVID when that was our time to shine. You know, our herbs and our knowledge are what have helped a lot of people with COVID, with vaccine side effects, things like that. Like this is where we shine. I know. This is our time. Don't leave now. The bus is about to arrive. Like, don't leave. I know.
I told you I had a line going, the shopping center that I'm at, it's a small shopping center, all the way to the other end, picking up supplements because it was during COVID. It was New Year's Eve. Yeah. It's just unbelievable. People just coming in, and I didn't have the Dropbox back then. Then after that, I needed a Dropbox, so I got the Dropbox. It's a great idea. Yeah. It's a great idea for patients to pick up after hours. So even when you're gone, you're still making money. And the reason why I'm doing 3 days is because I want to do this when I'm 75 years old. I really do. I absolutely love going to work. I mean, I want to be at work right now. But I know what happens. I do this and I got to go back to work. So I'll work the 4 days and then I do the 5 days. And then you just get burnt out. As much as you love it, your chi's burnt out. Your patient's spouse just died. Your patient's you can't help but give of your energy as matters much protection that you have. And I sage my clinic in the morning before I get to work, and I try to get all the negative energy out. Not that it's negative, but the emotions that people bring in with. And it's hard that you don't take that home with you. So 3 to 4 days is good. Right now, I've been sticking with 3 days. I really want to go 4. So what I've been doing on the 4th day, I've been doing telemedicine, Zoom calls with patients, and it's good.
And you walk your talk, my friend. You take supplements as well. You are not pushy person. You're not hustling. You're not a salesperson. You are there that want everybody to benefit from our medicine, be the best version of themselves. That's where you and I align, because I want everybody to feel their best version of themselves. And you walk the talk. You take the supplements. You do the self-care that you're telling your patients to do. I mean, it's just so beautiful. And I just so much appreciate you, my friend.
Thank you. I appreciate you for everything you're doing. You always inspire me with all your emails. I'm like, I gotta get better like Eve. She's so good at this. That's awesome. But that's the beauty of what we do. There's always, we all have something to offer. We all have a little spark to give somebody else. So when I see Isa's emails, I'm like, gosh, she's so good at that. So make that a goal. Okay, I'm going to be better at that. So I'm going to, whatever your goal, if you're not having herbs in your clinic or supplements, I highly encourage you to, because please don't take this offensively, because I love acupuncture. It's in my butt. I never have a needle. I always have a needle around me everywhere I go. It's me. But I don't think the acupuncture can get rid of COVID. I don't think maybe for that 24 hours, but it comes back, it lingers. So we need more than just the acupuncture. And just like we need more than supplements, we need the acupuncture as well. It's a beautiful culmination. But we need to offer that to our patients. We need to know that we're there to help them in every aspect. Learn how to do lab work. It's really not hard. The companies are willing to work with you and teach you. They will walk you step by step. That was my fear like 6 years ago. I'm thinking, well, I don't know how to do it. How am I going to learn? Well, the companies, they set up the appointment, say, this is how you do it. You just take notes. You can make your own panel. I have my own Dr. Hall's thyroid panel plus D. And so that's my panel. I have another one, a women's health one. I have a men's that, the men doesn't really, I don't always do the thyroid on men's, just the basic one, but there's things that they're willing to work with you.
I love it. This is great advice, guys. Hope you're listening. For all of those that stayed this far, you can go and follow Dr. Hall, Dr. Martha Hall on Facebook. I'm on Facebook, Dr. East, or under East Phillips. We're out and about. We're not going anywhere. I'm with Martha. Like, I'm here. I'm committed. We're here for you. And we want to send you much love and for happiness and great success, because it's absolutely possible.
It is.
Absolutely possible.
Absolutely.
Bye for now.
Bye, guys. Thanks, East.